I think the whole world sees that Kanye's split from the Kardashian empire cost him literally hundreds of millions of dollars. So to this date, Kanye West plummeted from 1 billion, like over 1 billion, to now $400 million in the years since separating from Kim Kardashian. Now, we know a lot of this has to do with the incident of his remarks, anti-Semitic remarks, when Adidas and a lot of major brands cut him from their deals. Kanye's current net worth proves that perhaps separating from the Kardashian empire was not his best move. Let's break this down. Kanye West's net worth plummeted from over 1 billion to just 400 million in the last few years. And partially this has a lot to do with the loss of his partnerships with brands like Adidas and The Gap. A little bit sad that Kanye worked so hard to make it to the billionaire Forbes list. And in fact, he finally made that billionaires Forbes list in April of 2020. Unfortunately, he did not keep on that list for a long time. I think there was a time when I was looking at and Googling what is Kanye West's current net worth. There was a time where I saw it go up to 6 billion. Now, I don't know if this was fake news or whatever the case was, but he definitely was up there. In fact, there was a time when the two of them combined were worth over 2.2 billion, him alone, and then Kim rising to fame had they stayed together. But when Kanye made the billionaires Forbes list, at the time, Kim Kardashian was valuated around 780 million, which is not bad. That combined income, I mean, a lot of people can do a lot of money with that. That was the ultimate power couple until, of course, his mental health and his behavior started impacting not only their marriage, but it ultimately cost him hundreds of millions of dollars in brand deals. Now, we know that the divorce and separation didn't directly impact his net worth. It's not as if splitting from Kim, he was relying on a bunch of income from that, relationship. However, it was really the fact that it caused him a lot of stress, and the whole world was there to witness it. In fact, his behavior grew more and more increasingly controversial. And then in 2022, it became a year of wild moments for Kanye as we break that down in this segment. Now, his mental health was a topic of many, many headlines. It was quite unfortunate, and Kim had a hard time trying to defend her then ex-husband. After all, she's still the father of his kid, of their children. He's the father of their kids. I know he made appearances in, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, not much. And of course, Kim was trying to keep the relationship and the divorce as private as possible. Kind of difficult to do when you are the #1 viewed family in the world, and Kanye himself is a legend with hundreds of fans looking out to see what's he up to next. It's not a surprise to people that he's going to go off and he's going to say what he wants to say. But this time, his words cost him way, beyond what he would have ever anticipated. But, I think that Kanye, because he's somebody that has come from nothing, he's built multiple empires. I think that he can do it again, but this hurts the pocketbook just a little bit. So when did this actually happen? So in October of 2022, after a series of anti-Semitic remarks by Kanye, Adidas made the decision to end its partnership with Yeezy and Kanye. Okay, this was the news of 2022. Here's what they had to say. Yee's recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company's values of diversity and inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. So the loss of that Adidas partnership cost West an estimated $1.5 billion. This was what I was looking at when months earlier I saw that his net worth was $6 billion. Like everyone's saying he's a billionaire, like he's a multi-billionaire. But right away, that cost him $1.5 billion. So remove that from your future earnings. But Adidas was not the only brand that to drop Kanye after his increased embracing erratic behavior and anti-Semitic remarks. You would think that by losing the Adidas sponsorship that you would calm down a little bit. No, not Kanye, because he's Kanye. No one is going to make up any excuses or reasons as to why Kanye does or says what he does. He just does them, and then he gets the impact. In fact, the entire family gets the impact, and anyone who's associated with him, because he is the topic of so many headlines. And in this case, the man is losing money left, right, and center. Let's take a look at the list of brands who followed suit following his erratic behavior and his anti-Semitic remarks. And frankly, he's kind of smug about it. All right, so here's a list of the brands and companies that dropped Kanye West in 2022 following those remarks. Adidas, Gap, Balenciaga, JP Morgan Chase, MRC, CAA, Foot Locker, TJ Maxx, Home Goods and Marshalls, Christie's, Peloton, Madame Tussauds London, his own legal representation, and The Real. That's a lot, folks. Is there enough time that has passed for him to, make up the difference? I'm sure that he is working every single day to get back on that billionaires list. So regardless of your personal opinion as a public figure, you really have to watch what it is that you say, unless you don't care, unless you're, Kanye West, and just say what you want to say. Now, if it was due to stress, if it was due to mental illness, that we're talking about right now, the economic impact of separating from Kim Kardashian and that entire split. Because in fact, Kim is one of the largest, accounts on Instagram. She is a well-known public figure. She does have fans that look up to her. People were watching this relationship. At one point, they were the favorite couple. And we could see the love that she had for her husband. We know the love that he had for her and the family. He did not want this separation to happen. And so if somebody's already dealing with a mental illness and now your family, your core is being pulled apart and it's out of your control. This is a man who's used to having things his way, controlling his environment, his music, his everything, but you can't, control your home situation. He can't control his mind. Kanye has such diehard fans. Those with an understanding of Kanye's finances explained that 4 out of his 5 major sources of income. So let's break it down. What does he have left? His own music deals. Not bad. I mean, I believe last year they had stated he had earned $150 million from his music, making him still one of the highest paid rappers in the industry. Or should I say producer, rapper? He doesn't like to be labeled the one thing. He's like an entity, right? He's all the things. But in music, he earned over $150 million. And he has a 5% stake in Kim Kardashian's shapewear Skims, and all of that altogether, from properties to assets to liquid cash, is valued around $400 million. Let's talk about the financial impact of the divorce settlement and how did that affect Kanye's current net worth. So Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were together for 8 years. They were married for 6. They did have a prenup before they split. Now, after filing for divorce, Kim's relationship with Kanye became a roller coaster. We saw this on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. We saw it in all the headlines. It was full of ups and downs. There were co-parenting struggles and a lot of public accusations. Well, there you have it. We all have witnessed Kanye's rise to billionaire status and fall from billionaire status. Currently valued at $400 million. What do you guys think? Do you think that he brought this all on himself? Do you think that he should have tried to make it work with Kim and got the mental health he needed? Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But either way, present day, he's still not too bad compared to many other people out there in the world, but a far cry from billionaire.